All right, good Monday morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Yeah, it's 7:42 a.m. February 27th, 2023. We had some wicked weather across the Texas Panhandle yesterday. We've got some pictures and videos sent in through our chime in tab. Going to share some of those with you guys. I mean, we had a significant dust storm yesterday across the Texas Panhandle. The National Weather Service in Lubbock mentioned that it brought down visibility so bad we hadn't seen anything to that magnitude in more than a decade in the south side of the region. So it was a crazy day across the high plains. Both of these videos were sent in by Christy Bright in Swisher County. She was in between Cress and Tulia, Texas, and you can see there on the left-hand side of the screen where, again, it's just a massive wall of dust just encroaching onto I-27, and then minutes later you can see brought it from day to night in just a matter of minutes. Visibility was down to just mere feet there. Again, this is a picture sent in by Steve Forrest in Amarillo at Lakeside. There's not much to look at there. You can see, again, it was brownout conditions. Visibility was brought down to zero. We had roads that were shut down. We had toppled semis. It was just wind, and more wind across the entire area. On top of that, we had severe storms yesterday as well in the central and eastern panhandles. You can see those storms. This is just kind of a loop of yesterday's radar from Amarillo. You can see those storms starting out as semi-discrete, what we call supercells, and then merged into that linear line that what we call derecho. Again, that's just a long linear line of strong and severe storms capable of extremely high winds. And we had a wind gust of 114 miles per hour in Memphis, Texas. That was even worse than Guadalupe Peak in back over there towards West Texas. So we had the highest wind gusts in the state yesterday in Memphis here in the Texas Panhandle. That actually had a lot to do with that line of storms that marched from west to east, and it actually had some golf ball sized hail embedded in it as well. So a lot of windows blown out in Memphis. We're going to send one of our reporters down there to get more information on that. We had 4 tornado warned storms yesterday. Last time we had a tornado warning in February was 2012. So this was a very significant event that came sweeping across the panhandles. We're still dealing with a couple of fires out there. The one large one is the Big Fin Flats fire over in Oldham County. That one is up to 80% containment and has burned about 5,000 acres estimated by the Texas A&M Forest Service. That one happened yesterday afternoon. Again, still an active fire. Good news is it's not threatening any structures or homes at the moment. There was another notable one on 207 north of Panhandle, Texas. Saw it on satellite. Again, it did fade away as we ran into the evening hours, but it was just a busy day yesterday across the high plains. Temperatures this morning are in the 30s and 40s, and our winds much calmer. They're in that 10 to 15 range for most of us right now, but will pick back up as we run into the afternoon. Our dog walk forecast today, temperatures are going to climb into the 60s, and our fire weather warnings are going to be in effect from noon until 8 p.m. That includes Amarillo. We will see critical fire conditions today from noon to 8. That includes New Mexico as well. And then in the orange, that's the fire weather watch for Tuesday. Tomorrow, we actually could see more widespread critical fire conditions versus just the kind of patchy critical concerns we'll see today. But winds will still be gusty up to 40 miles per hour, but I guess that's just kind of a typical day at this point in the panhandles. And then relative humidity values around 15 to 20%. So we'll see sunshine in full force today. That combined with the strong winds is what's going to bring in the fire concerns this afternoon and tomorrow. But the forecast hopefully remaining fairly quiet for the next 48 to 72 hours. Temperatures will be a little on the warm side. We'll get into the 60s and 70s today. Similar setup for your Tuesday and Wednesday before our next weather maker comes through later this week. That one actually bringing in a chance for some moisture. It's another upper level low. It's going to break away from the main flow of the jet stream. Look at that favorable track. Again, this could be a track that actually brings in some moisture with it as well. Again, it's neutrally tilted, so it's not going to bring in a tremendous amount, and it's going to be fairly progressive. So we will see just kind of a short window for some moisture Thursday night into Friday morning. But we'll be cold enough with that front coming through that we think a lot of it will probably fall in the form of snowfall. It may start out as a rain-snow mix, but should switch over to snow. Best chance for any minor accumulations will be in the northwest. Most models saying anywhere from probably a dusting to 1 to 2 inches going to be possible. That may be enough just to cause some minor inconveniences to your morning commute on Friday, but it does not look like it'll be a major event. But hey, any moisture is good moisture here in the high plains. If we can keep the dust out of the air, that'd be great. Unfortunately, that did not happen yesterday. Highs for today, 65 in Amarillo, 69 for Hereford. Clarendon's going to climb to 70 degrees, 73 in Childress. Lows tonight in the 30s and 40s. And then for that 7-day tracker, we're going to climb up into the 60s for the next couple of days. 30% chance for some snow accumulation in Amarillo. Better chance to see that snow the further north and west you get. Some models have it, again, trying to close off, bringing in a wraparound deformation band over the area, kind of inflating some of the totals. The exact areas where that may happen probably won't become known until we get probably to Wednesday morning. So we've got about 2 days to really kind of fine tune that forecast for your snow chances. Doesn't look like it's going to be a major event, but it is going to bring in some moisture, fortunately, for at least a portion of the area. Some of us saw quite a bit of moisture yesterday. Some of those totals surpassing a half inch. Lake Meredith had a very good batch of rain and thunderstorm activity that came through the area. Yesterday afternoon, we had just, zero visibility from some of the rain and hail that they had on our Lake Meredith camera just yesterday. I think that because it's set up at Kremwall, you couldn't even see the edge of the mesa where it drops off to the lake. That's how bad the visibility was. So the rain came down in buckets over there. Matt says the weather should take a chill pill. I agree. I definitely would love to see some quiet weather here for the next couple of days. But that's all I got for you guys. Again, it was a nasty day yesterday. If you guys are just jumping on, we did have winds gusting predominantly between 60 and 85 miles per hour. I'm going to turn myself off so that you guys can see all of the numbers there. These aren't all of them, but this is most of the higher ones. 63 for Floyd and Beaver. Hayden had a gust of 64. Boise City gusted to 67, as well as Turkey, Texas. And then we had a gust of 114 mile per hour winds at 6:37 yesterday evening in Memphis, and that blew out a lot of windows because there was golf ball sized hail with that system as well. And then we also had some tornado warnings, and there is some damage reported in northeast of Twitty, Texas. That's in Wheeler County. There's reports of significant damage to a home out there. The barn is no longer standing. The trees are uprooted and snapped, and we're talking about full-size trees as well. Again, just taking a look at the dust storm that came through, you can see that it also was creating brownout conditions. It turned it from day to night, just like in an instant. It was just a couple of minutes. You went from being able to see a couple of miles to being able to see a couple of feet. And here's another picture in Amarillo. You can see that we had brownout conditions as well here in the Yellow City. It was definitely brown yesterday, not necessarily yellow. That's all I got for you guys. I'm going to quit rambling. Hope you have a good day today. Enjoy the quote-unquote calmer winds that we'll have this afternoon. They still will gust to 40 miles per hour, so just try and avoid those activities that could start a fire. Still an active one up there near Adrian, but it's up to 80% containment. That was a pretty large fire, 5,000 acres burned, and a few other small ones ended up billowing up as well. But the good news is we had some rain for a portion of the area and maybe a little more moisture later this week.